Good afternoon. My name is Paul Church from Clarity Craft here in the UK.
And my name is Louise Golden from Clarity Crafts in the UK as well.
And we're here to keep you company for the next hour or so. So it's very, very warm in this studio this afternoon.
It is very warm. We have the fan going.
We have the fan going. We have our shoes off. We have the window open, the blinds down. The lovely Grace will be in the room with you all the way over in lovely Brooklyn. Grace, what's the weather? I wonder what the weather's like in Brooklyn at the moment.
Yeah, I wonder if it's as sunny as it is here.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's sort of rainy season in Brooklyn or whether, I don't know. Grace, let us know. The sound is great. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you.
I'm going to move that mouse because I always panic when I see it hovering over the end session. There we go. So we've got some friends coming in to join us. So it's lovely to have your company. Maybe tell us, where are you watching from? Are you indoors in a nice cool room? Are you sitting out in the garden on your tablet or phone watching? Yeah, let us know. While we sit here in the padded room.
That's well insulated in the winter.
It's very insulated in the winter, but it still gets warm, yeah. It's very warm in Solihull. Too hot for acrylic paints today.
Yeah.
Playing with alcohol inks, yes. I think everyone in the UK has got some warm weather. Was a little bit overcast earlier today.
It was a little bit.
I thought we was going to get those
thunderstorms.
But yes, so we're just going to do our usual waffling for a little while because we're a little bit early to the party. It's literally just gone 2 o'clock. So Gracie said it was very warm and sunny yesterday. Today is overcast and average about 20 to 30 degrees.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Similar to over here then, aren't we? We're sort of mid-20s at the moment.
This is a really lovely spring so far, isn't it?
Yeah.
Reminds me of 2019 kind of, or 2020-esque spring.
I'm rubbish at things. When they say it was a great hurricane of whenever the hurricane, you probably wasn't even born then when that happened. I remember working in London. But yes, I'm rubbish with things like that. So it's lovely to have you come in. So if you've got any questions, the lovely Gracie is in the room to help you out. And I can see we've got lovely Jane in the room as well.
All of our friends are coming in.
Gracie says, so much for April showers. It's May showers. Well, I think they're saying over here, if it continues like this, then we'll have a hosepipe ban very soon.
Oh, gosh.
We haven't even
long, does it?
reached the summer. There we go. Jane says it's 2020 weather.
Yeah, that's it. The first spring of COVID, wasn't it? And it was really sunny that year.
I can't remember. I was here in the warehouse picking and packing orders. It could have been doing it was doing anything outside.
Yeah.
So goodness me. So thank you for joining us. It's our usual 2 o'clock session on a Tuesday afternoon. This morning, lovely Louise was taking you on a journey on Groovi Tuesday. I didn't get a chance to see today's episode because I was out and about on an appointment.
Yeah.
But you started a new project, didn't you, with the Japanese tiles?
Yeah, the Japanese tiles are really nice because there's so many different elements on them and so many different little squares that you can pick elements from. So yeah, we're on the first week of our new project. So
super.
We did have another chance to look through some of the artwork again, which I thought
I think it's nice to have a refresh, isn't it? So, because we have people joining us at all different times. So we've got maybe some new viewers and everything else. So I think sometimes, you step back and you go forward again, don't you?
Yeah, it's nice to have some inspiration occasionally, isn't it?
Definitely, absolutely. So if you're joining us this afternoon and maybe you're tuning in for the first time, we'll just do a little bit of housekeeping for you. There's several ways in which you can order, and what will happen is we'll bring up the information on the screen. So I'm reaching across the reads on the screen. It'll appear. Look, let me just bring it up, make it easier, won't it? Okay. So we have the information on the screen for you of the product that Louise is going to be showcasing during the next hour or so. At the top, you have an item number, which is a series of 5 numbers, and this product is 41555. You then have an image of the product together with a title and a description. Then you have your pricing. So you can see here it has an RRP of £74.97. we're bringing to you a saving of £10 because this is part one. This is Linda's It's a Wrap part one A4 Groovi plate trio. And we'll have a look at these plates in a lot more detail because Linda has put so much on them.
They're jam-packed,
They
aren't
really,
they?
really are. And there's three different, there's part one, part two, and part three. And we'll go through all of them. Everything is available individually as well. Then you've got a saving and then the price that you'll pay today. Now, if you belong to any of our craft clubs, then you'll get an additional either 10, 12.5 or 15% discount, depending on how many clubs you belong to. If you're after some more information about our clubs, then there's several ways in which you can find out. Same way in which you can order. You can go to the claritycrafts.com website, or you can give the office a call during office hours, which are Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. where the lovely Sue, Jazz or Pete are there to either take your order, help you with any questions you may have, etc, etc. So as I said, they're the ways in which you can order. When you go to the Clarity Crafts website, there's a little button that says Clarity TV shows. Okay, if you click in there, you'll find everything that's being showcased during the current Clarity Social TV show. And then inside that area, there's also a catch up and craft section.
Yeah.
And within that section, you can go back and watch every single episode of Clarity Social TV. You can watch the video on there, or you can click it and you can go to the Clarity YouTube page and you can watch it there. Many of our friends at home have smart TVs where they can watch YouTube on. I can do the same at home. I often watch YouTube on my TV. Nice big picture, a lot easier. And then also within that area, if we do a demonstration during one of our Clarity Social TVs, we also bring you what we call a demo download. So let's have a look at this. We've hidden this behind Louise's tool caddy. Okay, so let's have a look. So what we do, this gives you the information about the demo that's going to happen during the course of this hour, the time of the show, the date, what the product, the demonstration is called, what was made, and then what was used to create this thing. Now, you can either download these to your computer and save them, or you can print them off and pop them into a folder. Okay, and this is a lovely piece of artwork that Linda Williams created.
Yes.
Louise, I forgot your name then. Louise, it's the heat. It's the heat that Louise is going to share with us during the course of this hour. Okay, so before we get started, I thought what we'll do, we'll have a look at the three different bundles we've got.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll bring those up on the full screen so we can see them. So the first collection is It's a Wrap Part 1. And within that collection, you have three beautiful plates. You've got the diagonal rose lace trifold plate. You've got the hexagonal flourish lace gatefold plate. You then have the semicircle flourish lace gatefold plate. So that's the collection there. So this is part 1, item number 41555. All of these have the same savings. Now, if you want the plates individually, they all have a £2 saving. Okay, so you've got a £6 saving if you buy them individually, and then you have an additional £4 saving, giving you that £10 saving.
That's good.
Then we have part 2. Now, I love this part 2. This was all about sort of presentation and finishing off, wasn't it?
Yes.
So this one contains your pretty pocket, which is the one in the top left hand. Then we have the ribbon wraparound. And then finally, the one underneath is the envelope. Okay. And we will look at these in more detail because there is so much crammed onto these plates.
So many elements.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then the third collection is item number 41788. This is part 3. And this includes, so the one at the top left is your butterfly trifold. Moving along from that one is your dragonfly gatefold. And then finally, the one at the bottom is your hummingbird and magnolia. I think I've got that right on those. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, the dragonfly.
I know the hummingbird and Magnolia is the top right, and the one at the bottom is the Dragonfly.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the details of all of those. Now, all of them come with a suggestion on what you can do with them. I don't know, Louise, if you want to have a look at the folder.
Yes.
Let me just bring the
It
details.
just touches the surface as well, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah. So what Linda did was, when she designed these plates, she said, right, well, with this plate, you can do this, you can do that. So Louise is going to show us, and each of the plates come with this inspiration guide.
Yeah,
so let's have a look on the overhead. Okay. There we go.
So here's the plate as it comes.
Yep, so that's the semicircle flourish.
Yes. And then on the back, you have just a few, oh, you can't see it. There we go. You have just a few suggestions, so you can create that. So that would look lovely as a card.
Yeah.
You can make this part here into an oval.
Of course, yes.
So that looks really lovely. And then if you didn't want to have the centre of it, you could just use that as a border.
As a frame. That's really nice, isn't it?
And then that's just how they would come, using them differently.
Layers. Yeah.
On a card. So it really gives you, and that is just touching surface. You can just use any
that as a lovely background, couldn't you?
Use this to infill background, or just use the flowers as it comes as well.
Nice.
You've even got lovely corners and things as well.
Beautiful.
It's not until you actually look at them that you start to see all these different elements.
So this is your diagonal rose lace trifold.
Again, so and also you've got some sentiments here as well.
Yes.
So all really useful. So Linda's really made use of every single bit on the plate, hasn't she?
Yeah.
So you've got this. This is lovely on its own.
It's like a little garland. Well, I like that one. You've got the garland on there. Yeah.
And you've got a little small mini make there.
Oh, yes. Perfect for that, isn't it?
Yeah. These are nice as well. Up here. That's a nice little border to put around something. So, and then on the back again, I mean, this is crammed full of inspiration. You could just use these in a banner.
Oh, yeah. Really, really nice. I like that. So you've got some inspiration there for each of the different plates.
Yeah.
And as Louise said, it really is just the tip of the iceberg.
And it comes with each plate, doesn't it?
It does. Each one is different with the inspiration. Yeah, definitely.
Right.
And then we move on to the pockets. So this is collection number 2.
Yeah, this is a pretty pocket. This is lovely as well. I've used this quite a few times.
Yeah.
Pico cut this out, and you've got perfect pico cutting opportunities in here. This is beautiful as well to use just as a create this into a circle as well. So double layer it. It looks perfect as a little circle.
Oh yeah.
Love this background.
That sort of really lattice trellisy type of effect. Yeah. Really nice.
Really beautiful. And then just a few little examples at the back of what you can create with it. So like Linda's used that as a little circle as well.
Nice. Then we move on to the wraparounds.
Yeah, these were a good idea as well when they first came out, weren't they?
Yeah.
You just wrapped them around, and it really just made it finished
is that Barbara
so
calls
well.
that like a cigar band?
Yes.
That you sort of wrap around, and you've got the instructions on there on how they sort of join together, and we'll show you some finished pieces as well to show exactly how they work.
Yes, and these would look nice, just not only around your envelopes, but say you wanted to create that around a cracker or something.
Oh yeah, really nice. And they're borders as well, aren't they?
Yeah, so they're really perfect. And then, like again, we've got the inspiration on the back here.
Nice.
Lots of different little bits.
And we've got some envelopes. So this is the third one in the collection. And this is really nice because we brought out the first part, and then Lynn said, well, we need an envelope now to put the cards in that we've made.
Yes.
And so this is where, so you've got so many different flaps, so to speak, haven't you? You've got this one, you've got that one, you've got that one, you've got this one.
So you've got, you know, if you wanted something just a little bit more simple, then you've got just that. But then if you wanted something really elegant, you've got this, and Christmas. This is Christmassy, and
really
so you've got
nice.
Lots of different. So part 3.
Then we move on to the final collection. So this one is part 3. Item number 41788. So this one is your butterfly trifold.
Yeah, so many different butterflies, look in different ways, and you've got the the body of the butterfly is different as well on some of them.
Oh yeah.
So you're not just getting the same type of butterfly, you're also getting them in different ways, looking left, looking right, in flight, and
all the different flourishes and corners. So again, you've got inspiration on there as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful, very delicate. And then this is crammed full with
Look at that.
inspiration. You can tell Linda had a lot of inspiration.
Yeah.
That looks lovely in a border as well. I think we'll see that in some of the design team samples. But yeah,
but just as a topper, you don't have to use it as an element. As we know with Groovi, you can pick and choose the elements, whether you turn it into what it's designed to do, i.e. create the trifold, or just use it as a decoration topper.
Yeah, perfect for your little mini makes, even if you just wanted to use a few elements. I mean, this is good for pattern building, isn't it?
I like pattern building. I like this one as well. This is really nice.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It gets cut out quite a lot in there, and that looks really beautiful when it's cut out.
Yeah. Then the next one is the It's a Wrap Dragonfly gatefold.
I like these because I've just realised they've got like a little heart as a head.
Oh, I'd never realised that before. I'm sure that was intentional from lovely Linda.
I expect it was. And yeah, so these are beautiful. This is what we're going to be using in today's demo.
Right.
This one.
Okay.
And this is really beautiful because you've got the roses, and you've got all sorts of borders. And
you can sort of see a connection in the styles, can't you, of overlapping from collection 1, collection 2 and collection 3 as well.
Definitely. And then again, we've got the inspiration on the back, all of the different infills that you can do. So they're so different, aren't they? There's so many things you can create. And then this is the hummingbird and magnolia plate, trifold plate.
Nice.
So you've got a lovely
There's the hummingbird. That's a giveaway, isn't it? And the magnolia.
Yes, that's beautiful as well. When that's done in white work, that looks absolutely elegant. That does.
Yeah.
And then even these just around the borders and things, these look nice.
I like that. Yeah, it's a corner.
Yeah. So, and that's nice as well. I haven't spotted that before. Hold on. Yeah, that's pretty.
I mean, we often say that if you get a new Groovi plate, trace it out, because you see things differently as you trace them out, don't you? You look at the design and you often ignore some of the elements of it.
You do, yeah. So there's some more inspiration there. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so that is all
heavy
3 parts of them. And say all of them come with those inspiration. Whoops.
There goes the
Dorso oils flying off the table.
Nearly hid my Groovi guard.
So should we have a look at some inspiration from the design team?
Oh, yes, please.
So what we'll do, we'll come on to the I'll pass this one. So this one is from Josie Davison. So if we bring that one in, and then we'll go to the camera. We're going to come in closer because we're on black. We're going to just put.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, that brings out the colours, doesn't it? Lovely bit of perga glitter on there, and some lovely grid work there as well.
And this is where it really sort of reveals itself, doesn't it? Look at that.
Beautiful.
Love it. Then this one from Jane Telford. So it's the same plate,
just different way, and that's made to look like an envelope, hasn't it?
Yeah.
As well. Looks.
I love. You're going to be sick. You are going to be sick of me saying, I love this one. I think, as the collections go, it's really hard for me to choose from part 1, part 2, and part 3, and especially with what the design team have done with them, because I like this one and I like that.
They knock it out of the park every time.
Yeah, and because of the way Linda's designed the plates, there's so much on there, and you think, I want to do that one. This one, Jane Telford. Look at that.
Very elegant, isn't it? Black and white.
Yeah.
Some of our little stickers as well there.
Oh,
it's good to show that stickers can go on.
Okay, so now we're looking at that one from Jane Telford. Okay, so now look at this one. It's exactly the same, okay, but different. And when I say exactly the same, what about this panel in here? And let me bring this in like so. I'm going to zoom out now so you can see. Look, so it's the same central pattern there. That's been pico cut. That hasn't.
Beautiful.
Okay, so there's so much. And then this one from Linda Williams. So zoom back in now. So Linda's created a lovely floral trough.
Yes,
hasn't she?
Yeah,
in
with
the
their
garden.
lovely, a little oval.
Yeah.
That looks so beautiful. Delicate, isn't it?
And then let's have a look at this one. I'm going to remove those bits, Louise. Let's take those bits away, and then we can really see the beauty. Sorry, I'm stretching over. Put that one on there, that one on there. You think we've done this before? Not.
Wow, that's so beautiful and elegant, isn't it?
That's from Linda, isn't it? So it's that lovely
ivory.
Look, all of those.
Ivory and rose, isn't it? I think that's the rose parchment.
Possibly, yeah.
So
and beautiful. I know, I think if you open it up,
is there something inside?
There might be something inside. Oh no, yeah, it is. There it is. So this is where you could put your wedding invite on.
Wouldn't that look gorgeous as a wedding invite?
Yeah. And then you've got this one. So this one is a wedding invite. So when you open this one up, look.
Oh, wow, that's Francis's one, isn't it?
Is that Francis?
Oh, I think so.
It is, yeah. Because then Francis has then done the envelope.
Oh, lovely.
To match.
A matching envelope.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
That is beautiful, that is.
So that's from the first collection. Oh, we're going to be here all day otherwise. So let's pop that to one side. Okay, I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to pop that under there. Oh, so now we're on to the envelopes. Let's bring up the details on those. So we've got the envelopes and pockets on this collection.
Wow.
Isn't that lovely?
It is beautiful, isn't it?
And this is a Linda Williams special coming in. And this is that lovely little Polly pocket.
Yeah, it's got a little heart inside.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. That looks really lovely with the pergola glitter having the.
It does. Look, and another one here from Linda Williams.
Wow.
And that's using the cigar bands.
Oh, yeah, it's using them as a lovely little crossover board.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like this one. This is a good use for the Pergamano poppets.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. So you've got the ribbon wrap around down the sides of the border. It creates a beautiful frame for that.
That's lovely.
Then we've got one from Josie Davidson. I wonder what's hiding inside that one.
Oh. Let's have a look.
Is there anything hiding?
Oh, yes, there is.
Oh, look. Oh. Look at the Pergamano poppet on the inside.
So they really do lend themselves well to the Pergamano poppets, don't they?
And then we've got this one from Josie Davidson. And this really shows off. I'll let Louise show you this. This shows you exactly how those lovely ribbon bands work and what it does. So it wraps around the card, doesn't it?
Yeah, so beautiful, isn't it?
I wonder if is there anything inside that one. Should we have a look? Have a sneaky peek. Oh, yeah, there is.
Is there?
Yeah. Look. And the winner is, let's get that one. And then that comes out like that.
Oh, wow.
And look, wedding day. Isn't that beautiful?
Wow, so you've got the
so you've got your invite or wedding card and your envelope.
And the little
look at the white work on that.
Wow, that's beautiful, isn't it?
White work. Watch this space. 10 o'clock Friday morning. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So that is from that collection. And then finally, we have the third collection. So,
wow, that's pretty.
Nice, aren't they?
Wow.
Now, with this particular collection, this is where Mr. Dave and his big platen press, we do card blanks for these and little stands. So what it means is that I'll bring the details up in a moment. So their cards are shaped the same. If we have a look on here, you'll see the card blank is the same shape as the plate. So what it allows you to do is to wrap the parchment around to give it a little bit of stability.
Yeah, I got some of these at home.
These are really nice, aren't they?
They are beautiful.
Oh, there's so much artwork for this one. It's going to be
hard. There was a lot of artwork.
Okay, so we'll just do a couple of it. Apologies for not bringing the names in. I'll try and do it as I go along.
Wow.
Then this one from Josie Davidson.
And this looks nice just if you were going to use that as like an envelope as well. So if you didn't want one of the flaps, you still got the other one, and that looks really lovely.
That's lovely. Then this one from Linda Williams, just using the little decorative elements on there.
Wow.
Okay, and then this one from Glynis. Look at that.
Gosh.
That is beautiful.
That is beautiful.
This has got to be a Francis, hasn't it?
You can tell, can't you?
Francis Knott.
Wow.
On
The
there.
colouring on that.
I don't know, so many to choose from. Karen Jackson.
That's
on
lovely.
that one.
With the grid work around the outside.
Yeah. And then finally, another one from Francis Knott as well.
Beautiful.
So that is from part 3. Okay, so what we're going to do, we'll bring up some details now of those card blanks. So if you are after the, let's have a look, the card blanks that go with the butterfly trifold card, then the item number for that is 31623. I've got them here. So which one is this? This is the butterfly. Okay, so you get 10 card blanks in there as well. They're 300 GSM. So we've got those, and they come with little stands as well for you to stand the cards up on. Then the next one is the shaped cards for the dragonfly. So again, you've got the dragonfly card blanks as well on that one. I don't know where we look at it. Go to the overhead. There we go. So you can see there.
All shaped.
And Dave cuts these out on that big machine downstairs. And then finally, we have the hummingbirds. The item number for that is 31625. And each of them also come with the stands. And what the stands allow you to, they're like, let me just show you. I'm going to open one up just to show you.
It shows you can stand them up, because otherwise there's no way of
displaying them. Yeah. So let me just.
And when you receive something like this, you'd really want to display
it. You really do want to display them. So let me show you on the overhead. If I take that way, so it comes to you like this, already pre-scored, okay, and you take it like that, and it stands up, so you can see that's what it looks like. And then you take one of these lovely pieces of artwork, and you stand it on there. And then I wonder if I come in on this, it might be a little bit close. Gone off the edge. Hang about. See, and then it stands up. Actually, I'm going to bring it on the front camera so you can see it stands perfectly for display. So if you wanted to present this to somebody, these are great for sort of like gift vouchers as well.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Just that really special occasion, wedding invites, christenings, engagement parties. There's so many different things that you can use these for, but you don't have to use them exactly how they've been designed, do you?
Because there's just so many elements on all of the A4 plates. If you wanted to make them into cards, there's so many opportunities there to make them into cards. They don't have to be.
Yeah.
But then if you did want to make them into that shape that we've given you, then you've got the envelope, which it then fits into.
I'm going to keep that one out. So I'll pop those to one side. Okay. So we showed you at the beginning the demo that Louise is going to take us through. And because we know with Groovi, we'll never ever go from start to finish. So this is a piece of artwork that Linda created herself, and I've showcased it a couple of times on TV, but maybe we've got some new friends joining in. Joining in. And so Louise is going to take us through a couple of tips and tricks on this. And you're using some of my favorite two-tone parchment.
Am I?
You are. Orange squash and lime twist. Okay, this is like, and I know it's Josie Davidson's favorite as well. So we've got that on the show. The item, where's that? Because it'll be on the demo download. Oh, yes. So the demo download. So for your orange squash and lime twist, 40776. You get 5 of the lovely orange and 5 of the lovely lime green. And then another one that Linda's used in this one is the primrose yellow and the olive green. So you've got that lovely,
works really well
top
together,
quality. Yeah, really, really nice. And the item number for that is 40771. So now I'm going to shut up, hip hip hooray, and I'm going to hand you over to Louise.
Okay, so if I take you onto the overhead camera, so I might have to bring in a bit of white paper to show you. This is what we're...
You've got a little bit. There we go.
Oh, there we are, yeah. got the green and the yellow together. It looks really lovely, doesn't it? And so, so I thought to begin with, just to show you how to create it to begin with, I thought we'll show you the main shape around the outside.
Okay.
So if I take that away, I'm going to bring in the large plate mate for this.
Yeah.
I find this really helps just to keep everything. So originally, when you receive it in the post, it would come like this.
It's in 2 parts, isn't it?
It is, yes. So, and this is perfect for your A4 squares as well. So
yeah,
it just joins like that, and you would join it up with a Groovi sticker tab.
Yeah, perfect.
However, we have the extenders.
This was Mr. Dave's idea. This is fantastic idea.
It?
Rather than do a plate mate for A4 square plates,
it would break
and then do another plate mate for A4 plates, Dave had the idea of adding these little extender bars.
Yes.
So it has that dual purpose.
Because when it first comes, it looks like you're going to use it for a border.
Yeah.
But so you just put
I'll bring the details
in.
up on the screen for you for that one. Where's that gone? Oh no, we didn't add it. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, item number for this plate. Blonde moment, too warm. Item number 41768 for this plate mat. This was designed by JC Davison in relation to the patterns on there. These are all lovely embossed dots, aren't they?
They are, yes. That's so useful as well for any kind of grid work that you wanted to do, because you can make your own grids using these as well. There we go. So that's all stuck.
I was going to say, the reason you're using this, because you're using an A4 plate and you're using A4 parchment, you need somewhere to attach it, don't you?
Yeah. There we go.
Nice.
So you've got a nice like an A3
It's almost
size
A3, isn't it? Yeah.
So that's really handy. So I'm going to bring in some of my parchment. So with our two-tone parchment or any coloured parchment, you've got a glossy side, which is here.
Yeah.
And then you've got a more matte side. So that's where the colour saturated is on this side, because you can see it's very shiny. So we'll put this side up.
Shiny side up.
Yes. And that's only if you want it white on the other side. If you wanted it a muted colour of the same, then you would do it the other way.
Yes.
So you would emboss into the colour. So I'm going to centralise this, I think, right into the centre, like so. And I used all my sticker tabs on the plate mate. Where's he gone? That's him. There we are.
Never have too many Groovi tabs.
No. Always very handy. Okay, so I'm just going to put one here. And one here.
Okay.
So now I'm going to get my Groovi 1 and 2 tool.
Yeah.
So what you'll want to do with this is, because we're going to fold this line,
yeah,
you want to use a number 2 tool for that.
Okay.
Because if you emboss it with the number 1, it will make the parchment, like we were talking about earlier, it will make it too
makes it too weak, doesn't it?
Yes.
And it's more likely to crack.
Exactly. So
and we don't want our parchment to crack.
We don't want any cracking parchment. Only we're allowed to crack. So that's the number 2 there. And then the number 2 there.
Okay.
So you can, I mean, I must admit, sometimes with the coloured parchment, I don't know if you find this, sometimes you don't even need to use tumble dry. It's almost like the colour acts as like a lubricant.
Yes.
So sometimes I don't even...
You forget.
I do,
because it glides.
Just glides easier. So I'm using the number 2, and then you can emboss back with the number 1.
Okay.
And it's up to you. You can choose to use these sections as well.
Yeah.
Or you can use them without. So I'm going to put them in, because that's what's on Linda's finished masterpiece.
So I like just the shape of this. You imagine you've got the shape,
yes,
and then you can decorate it with anything that you have in your stash as well.
You can. There's so many, I mean, having the actual outline for you on here is just perfect, because like you say, you can use, so you can either keep these in or not keep them in.
She's on the flow now, she's getting carried away.
Yeah, so
it's hard to stop, isn't it?
it is hard, yeah. So yeah, so let me just, because I'm on the other side, it's going to give me, everything has to be symmetrical.
But I think, as you say, this gives you the choices, doesn't it? So
it does, yes. And you have all of these elements inside that you can use, because it's all obviously the same shape. You can use that on both sides. And Linda hasn't just done two of the same. She's done, there's three.
They're symmetrical, aren't they? Because
These
I mean, with this one, so
symmetrical.
that when you fold it in,
it matches.
It matches.
But then you can do that with this
the way
one.
she's designed that one, yeah.
Yeah, so it's, you've got three different styles, but it's all done for you there. So.
And you've missed a bit.
Have I? Where? Where? Oh, yeah.
What's the way of, I was going to say, you could just lift it up away from the plate mate slightly.
That would be too easy though, Paul.
There we go.
There we go.
But so look how quick and easy that is.
It is really quick and easy.
And I think the way in which Linda's designed these is that you've got options. If you're at that level of your parting where you're really into your to your picot cutting,
yes,
then these are a perfect opportunity for you to do the picot cutting. However, the designs are so elegant and simple. Simple doesn't seem the right way to say, but when you look, you could very carefully cut this out with a pair of scissors.
Which is what Linda's shown here, is that you can, when it's cut out.
That was me cheating.
That
was me cheating. Well, not cheating.
No,
I just wanted to do it without the picot cutting.
Yeah, it does show that that's the perfect way of showing.
And if you're not into your
and if you're not into your picot cutting, then you don't have to be. You can create all of this lovely. I mean, it looks gorgeous with the picot cutting.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to have it to look gorgeous, because all of this lovely rose detail.
I mean, imagine doing these as a wedding invite. You could do the special ones with some picot cutting, and the ones that are not so special without the picot cutting.
For family and close friends, picot cutting.
And you just hope that they don't compare invites.
No. Nobody will tell the difference. They'll be like,
but I really do love what Linda's. You got the three different collections here. So there's so much thought that goes into it from Linda. She doesn't say, right, well, let's do this and let's do that. She thinks outside the box and thinks, right,
yes,
well, if I'm doing this, how can I do that? If I'm doing this, and then all of a sudden, you've got a beautiful piece of artwork. It's a
designer's head, but also a crafter's head at the same time, isn't it?
Definitely.
So you're designing in the sense that you know that other people are going to enjoy it because you like it yourself.
Yeah.
You want to do all of these things yourself and create all these different elements and give it value for money.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so that's it. The line art done of that part.
Okay.
So also,
yeah.
In terms of, obviously on this finished card, which I'll show here, there's some lovely little dragonflies. That's nice. That have been picot cut out. However, also, if you're not at that stage of picot cutting and just had the idea, if you had a dragonfly, like for example here, a couple of these have been done out, you could use this on a little circle, do a little circle, cut out the circle, and you could put the circle here.
Oh, like a seal type effect. Yes.
So if you didn't want to picot cut a dragonfly, or you're not sure whether you'd be able to picot cut around the little,
I wouldn't.
The little eye, tentacles, tendrils, whatever they're called, then you wouldn't have to, because you could put that on a nice little circle.
That's a very good idea. Yes.
And then that would still look really beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's showing that you don't have to. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
But not everybody might be comfortable with doing that.
No. Okay, so we have a question from lovely Betty. Betty likes the idea of the envelopes.
Yes.
Great for gift vouchers, etc. for Christmas, but obviously for other occasions as well. Are they part 1 or part 2? So the envelopes are part 2. So if I bring up the details on the screen there, so you can see here, you've got the item number 41635. You've got that lovely, pretty pocket in the middle on the top left hand design. Then you've got those lovely ribbon wraparounds that can be used as borders. But the envelope one really is that one at the bottom. And the item number for the envelope one on its own is item number 41601, but it is part of part 2. And if you go to our show page, as we explained at the beginning of the hour, you'll be able to see them in the bundles and you'll be able to see them all individually as well. And there's also artwork from the design team against each of those products as well that will give you some more ideas and inspiration.
Perfect.
Okay, let's put it back to, I was talking to the camera and there was nobody there.
And looking at the lovely plate.
It's so warm.
It is warm.
I'm going to blame it on the heat.
Okay, so yes, so when we have, if I can take this away now.
You can.
Yes.
That plate mate is so useful, it really is. Do you want me to? Thank you. There we go. Super.
Okay, so when it's all done, all of the line art.
Yeah.
Here's one that has been part done. So we've done the line art, and then the little dotty effect around here are done with the number 2 tool. Yeah. So then we can do a little bit of white work in those. And then we're going to show the effect of, with coloured parchment, the great thing about coloured parchment is that you can use the white eraser pencil.
Oh, of course, from the colour accessories kit.
Yes. So, for example, as you can see here, I would have thought you've done this one before.
No, I reckon that's a Linda.
Do you think that's a Linda? Cut that.
I reckon that was a Linda and that was me. Okay. I can't remember. It's been such a long time now.
So yeah, so let's just use the eraser just to show how you can take the colour out of the parchment. So let's work over here. So for example, this one's already been done.
Yeah.
So
this is still on the back of the parchment, isn't it?
Yes. So this is on the side where the colour is saturated on.
Okay.
So then you can really, I'm using the white eraser pencil.
Yeah. In the colour accessories kit, you get the double-ended one, which is white on one end and pink on the other end. The item number for that is 70431.
Lovely. And then once it's hold on, I'm back.
You need a brush.
I need a brush.
It's always best to use a brush to dust off the debris.
Yes.
Because if you wipe it, it can sort of, it doesn't remelt, but
especially if it's hot,
like it is today.
Yeah, I think that's a finger mark.
Yes.
From me. So yeah, so that's in a quick amount of time. So we've taken the colour out, which is really handy for any of your coloured parchment.
I think it is because, as we know, I mean, you're working with the lovely orange colour, aren't you? Sorry, you're green.
Green.
So if we take a piece of card and just pop that underneath, you'll really see where that has been removed now.
Yes. Which allows you then to put in either your pergoliners or your perga colours to then, because what might happen is, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but if you put the perga colours into the same colour, it will probably have a little bit more of a muted colour than if you were going to put it on the white.
I mean, it was, if you look at that one, so you can see that's the orange onto the green. Let's zoom in a little bit. Wow. I'm going to come over to your side.
Where are we now? There we are.
There we go. So that's gone straight onto the green parchment, and you can see
Yes.
you've got a lovely orange, and then just there you can now see the true color.
Yeah, it's
So
very
especially if you're going to
popped.
put yellow as well, because I mean that is the yellow next to it,
Yes, which kind of looks. Oh, sorry.
which
doesn't
is
look.
it's a horrible yellow.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that yellow.
It's not a nice bright
No.
yellow. No.
So then that shows that we can really add some colour into that easier. I mean, with the leaves, you won't have to.
No, you
because
could just put a green on green, couldn't you?
Yeah. So it's not. You don't need to use your eraser pencil for that. But for the rose, it is. I would recommend you to do that. And then you can use them. You can use perg colours or pergoliners. So, for example, here that's the pergoliners.
Because you've got that lovely blend of colour.
Yes, and then here we can use our orange. Let me just take away the black. I can see better then.
So if you're interested in the Perga colour pens, the item number for that is 70060, and they're $29.99 plus club discount. If you're after some Perga liner pencils, then the item number for that is 70063, $29.99 as well.
Yeah, so there we go. So that's the lovely orange when it comes out.
Yeah.
Let me just do a little bit perfectionist, you see. I missed a bit. Yes, so then that really does make the colours pop, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So, and in the little detail around the edge, I love this detail. This is really lovely.
Let's zoom in on that one.
Oh, yes, please.
Come on.
Thank you. Click my finger.
I need to just move to your right a little bit. It's trying to pick up on. There we go.
There we go. Ah.
Look at that.
Wow.
That looks like a white pen.
It does, doesn't it? Like a paint pen.
And that's white work from behind.
That is white work.
Wow.
You can, yeah.
You can feel it, can't you? Yeah. How many layers do you reckon? I mean, they're tiny little dots. How many layers do you reckon that is?
I think because it's Linda, she'd probably put a couple of layers on there to get that.
I'd probably say 3 or 4, wouldn't you?
I would, yes, because it is lovely and they're not. They don't feel like they've been
over
embossed. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what we'll do we'll do it 1 layer.
Okay.
You might not notice so much. Where's my?
You can put it back in your tool caddy, Louise.
I know. I was so excited about other bits and pieces. My desk. I've only been here for about 40 minutes, and it's already
it's covered.
Bomb.
It's like a bomb's hit it.
Here we go. So I'm going to use the number 2 because it's quite a small dot.
Okay.
But I'm not going to press too hard.
Right. And you're on the what mat are you on?
I'm on the soft side of the mat.
Okay.
Yes. Just going to emboss.
Everyone goes quiet.
Concentration.
I'm going to come in closer. As if I can come in closer. Whee! And if you move to your right, that's like, there we go. Thank you, Louise.
So what you'll notice at first is it looks very grey.
Yes, doesn't look very nice, does it?
No, not yet.
Not
but
yet.
After a few layers, it will look that lovely bright white. If you press a little bit hard, let's use the corner away from Linda's lovely white work. I'll just use a colour and press a bit harder so we can see. So we're going up and down with circles, otherwise we get that little donut.
Don't start on food. Don't talk about donuts. We need ice cream in weather like this.
Ice cream. Yeah.
Sheila Stacey loves your blouse that you're wearing today, Louise.
Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you. Yeah. It's the only one I've got that's short sleeve.
So you've done 1 layer.
Yes.
But you applied a little bit of pressure.
A little bit more pressure, yes. So because I've pressed quite deep into that. So that's all. It doesn't look to the naked eye, it doesn't look too bad there.
Yeah.
But to the naked eye, I can see that it's
more prominent.
Yeah, it's more prominent, but also there's little. Oh, sorry. It's not as perfect, for example. So I would say do very faint like this a couple of times, and then you will get that pristine.
I suppose by the time you started in one corner and gone all the way around, then you're ready for the second layer, aren't you?
It'll be the next day. Ready to do another one.
The next day. That wouldn't take that long.
No, it wouldn't.
See, what I tend to do, if I'm doing like a piece like this, just my top tip, I put a Groovi tab here where I've started, and then I'll work around either clockwise or anti-clockwise, so I know where to stop, and then I know I've done one layer.
Yes.
So if I had to come back to it, for example, then I know this is where I'm going to start again, and then I'll go around again and put the second layer on.
That's what I had to do with all my white work stages.
Did you?
Yeah. Otherwise, I thought, oh no, I'm going around again and again and again.
And then where have I been? Yeah.
And where am I going? Okay, so I thought what we'd do just show the pergoliners as well. So on the back here, you can see here, that lovely yellow to red blend.
Yeah.
There. So obviously we're going to use, I've got a red pencil and I've got a yellow pencil.
And this is the B pencils we're using from the pergoliner pencils.
We are, yes.
So the item number for those is 7006. I'm sure everybody must have pergoliners by now.
I know.
They're a fantastic set of pencils. You get 16 of B pencils, what we call a blendable wax-based pencil, and 20 aqua pencils. But they're great everyday crafting pencils as well, not just for your parchment craft. And
if you're going to use them as in, like, the Francis Knott technique of,
painting on the front.
But you can use A's and B's together. So, because obviously all the colours.
Yeah.
A's and B's, when you're not using them as aqua or blendable with Dorsal, you can just use them as pencils,
aren't they? Yeah, definitely.
There we go. So that's our little doing my pergoliners. So also, if you can blend in the middle as well. So there we go.
I forget, because you can use the pencils, can't you, to blend on top of one another. I've seen Barb do that in the shack.
Yes. So as long as you don't press too hard with pencils, because then with some pencils, if you're pressing too hard on one layer, then it's very hard to put one layer over the top, because it almost forms like a waxy seal, doesn't it, with some pencils. And
top tip that I got from Barb as well was I hadn't even considered it. So when you're colouring in with the B pencils, so whether you're using the pergoliners or you're using the polychromos that we stock as well. So we know when we're working with parchment, it's just light pressure, isn't it? And so, but as Louise has just shown, you can obviously lay the colour one on top of the other to create a soft blend before you use the Dorsal oil. But what I didn't realise was when you're using the B pencils over a period of time on a project, it can create a seal on the lead as well.
Yes.
I didn't realise that, because I just thought, well, the colour's coming off. But it can affect the application of colour. So every now and again, it's definitely worthwhile sort of just giving the pencil a little sharpen. And what it does, it will just remove it's not removing anything, but it's just unreleasing it again.
Yeah.
But I hadn't even considered that, because I knew when you're colouring in, you go too hard, it creates a seal. But I didn't realise that it would happen on a pencil.
On the pencil.
Yeah. But crazy, and then when Barb pointed that out, it's one of those things, unless someone says it, it's so obvious, but because you're more concentrated on the artwork that you're doing, you wouldn't even consider.
Because you blame yourself, not the tools, a lot of the time. So when you wouldn't automatically think that it would happen back on the pencil itself.
No, because you're still getting the colour coming off, aren't you?
Yeah, so but it does make sense. It happens with quite a few pencils. It's just, like you say, it just needs a little bit of a sharpen, and then it's good to go again.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're doing now, we've got that lovely smell
I know.
Is that your perfume, Louise?
Yes, I ordered also.
Ordered also.
Ordered also. There we go. So, a bit too much there. Never mind. We'll work through it. So when I'm kind of going into the red, but just bringing it back a little bit, so it's mixing as I go.
Going in close on that one.
Okay, and then we can bring this.
And you're tickling that parchment, aren't you?
am.
You're not applying pressure with the nib.
No, I'm just going to bring it down. And just really blend into the yellow, just like that. Just like that.
Just like that.
So, here we go. So we've got that blend from, where are we? Blend of yellow into the red.
Can we see that with a bit of white card underneath?
You can. Ta-da!
There we go. Look at that.
Yeah, so
Isn't that lovely?
it does look really effective, doesn't it? And when it's done on the finished card, it really does look.
Yeah, and
really
Linda's used those card blanks as well, so it really makes the colour stand out, doesn't it?
Yeah, I love these card blanks. I think
they're great.
Brilliant.
I mean,
yes.
even if you're not doing it for your parching, they're lovely card blanks that you could stamp and decorate with as well, couldn't you?
Oh, definitely. It doesn't mean that you have to use them with the plates, but I think they look so beautiful with the plates.
Yeah.
So yeah, so once you've done all of that, then that will look really lovely when it's finished.
Nice.
Linda's even created, so for example, if you wanted to see, you can find the card blank. So there's the card blank just on itself. So then obviously you would, once it's all done and cut out, you would wrap it in.
Yeah.
But you've got that lovely yellow.
I wondered why there was a different colour. So Linda's used that lovely primrose.
Yes, the lovely
yellow on the inside.
Exactly. So that really finishes off the card. And yellow and green look really lovely together, don't they?
Yeah. And so, okay, so let me zoom out a little bit. So now we can see, try and stand that card up.
This one?
And it, yeah, doesn't stand up, does it?
No.
So that's why the card blanks come with the stand.
Hold on one minute.
No, you can't use your tool caddy to prop your card up.
It works.
So basically, because it's got these lovely openings on them, I mean, you can't stand it that way because it won't do anything. It's just going to fall over, isn't it? So this is where the card blank, the little, where did I put that?
They're really nice
stand?
because you can decorate them as well, can't you?
Yes, you can. So let me just find that one
You
that I
have
used.
one spare.
Yeah, no, I put it
You've
back with
lost
the
it.
pack. Okay, let me clear some space here that we've cluttered up with
We're going
everything.
to show it on the
I
pack
think it
camera.
might be just better to show on this camera here. I thought we might get a better. Yeah, so let's have a look. So there is your card stand, so you can see. So now I can pop that card on there and you can see, there we go, that way, how it stands really, really lovely.
Yes.
However, if I wanted to, I could stand it more upright and I could get, it depends on the way in which I've designed the card.
Yeah.
And this is one of the great things, because obviously it's great having the idea of that you can create these trifolds and these beautiful designs, but then practically if you wanted to display it or you were sending it to someone, how would they display it? You don't want them to receive it and lay it flat on the side.
Yeah, because then it's not going to be seen, is it?
No. So this is where so again, Dave does these lovely little card stands as well. And it just really shows it off beautifully.
They're perfect for these sort of cards, but there's nothing stopping you from putting any bit of art on there or any of your latest ATC.
I mean, maybe you're doing craft
PTC.
fairs. I mean, the stands are available individually as well in all the different sizes. But I think it's just that, as you say, it's that finishing touch, isn't it?
They're quite sturdy as well, aren't they?
And because they fold flat, what it means is that if you're sending it to someone, you can send them the little stand as well, so that they know that that's how they can display it on their shelf or wherever they're going to display it when they receive it. So I think it's a really nice way of showing it. But I just wanted to point that out because some of my friends go, all right, okay, well, we've got the card, but how do that? So that's why the card packs do come with the stands.
Yes.
Card stands, I'd say you don't really need. Parchment is quite strong when it comes to construction, isn't it? It's delicate once you mark it, but when you create the fold, for example, it will stand. It will stand on its own on the stand. It doesn't necessarily need the card blank, but I think it adds to it and it gives it that more that luxurious feel to it.
Yeah, that professional finish, isn't it?
Definitely.
To show that you can show off the work. And I always think of it as a beautiful contradiction, parchment, because it is robust, but it's also really delicate.
Yeah.
So it is that fine line. You can make things look sturdy, as in, you know, the boxes that we make and stuff like that, and they become really sturdy when they're constructed. But then when you're using it and you're doing your white work and your colouring and all of that stuff, it's so delicate looking. So it is a beautiful contradiction.
I know, it is madness, isn't it? So, but you can really say, but I just wanted to point that out just to show that there isn't any way for it to stand up in its own right. And it's the same with the lovely sort of the envelopes that you're using, or any of the gatefolds and the wraps.
Because what I would do is I would trace it out on parchment and then have the little layer of parchment over it.
Yeah, because that's quite easy to do, isn't it? You could just trace around it with a pencil, cut it out. And I would suggest if you wanted to cover that in parchment, is that when you cut it out, don't lay it flat and stick your parchment on, because it will buckle. What you need to do is you need to fold your stand and then attach your parchment.
Yes.
And then it will have the movement. But you don't need to sort of go all the way around the edges. You just need to really just put it just down either side of the spine, some of that red liner tape to hold it in place, whether you're doing it on the inside or the outside or both. Because if you do it flat and you stick it down, when you come to do that, it's got no movement and it buckles.
Of course, yeah.
So,
but look really lovely with a bit of ink or a bit of parchment, depending on what you were going to use.
You could take your brushes with your ink pads and change the colour of it, couldn't you? Yeah, you could do that. You could take some of your little stamps and decorate them, the lovely Builder Reef stamps.
Yeah, that would look really lovely with all your distress inks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would look really nice. And that would tie in a lot with the lovely delicate flowers on the parchment.
Absolutely. So I can't believe that hour has disappeared.
It has gone so quickly, hasn't it?
It always does. So let's just have a quick recap on what we've been sharing with you today. So we have part one of Linda's It's a Wrap. So you have a £10 saving on this, and this contains the diagonal rose lace trifold. It contains the hexagonal flourish lace gatefold, which is the one at the bottom, and then the semicircle flourish lace gatefold, which is the one on the left. Okay, so that is item number 41555. Then we have It's a Wrap part 2, item number 41635, and that contains the pretty pocket, the ribbon wraparound, and then the envelope at the bottom. And then finally, part 3. I reckon there needs to be a part 4. I think we need to have a word with Linda. She's on holiday, she won't hear. Then we have part 3, which is item number 41788, and that contains the butterfly trifold, followed by the hummingbird and magnolia trifold, and then finally the dragonfly gatefold in the bottom. All of these are available on the Clarity Social TV page individually. They all have a £2 saving. Those savings are carried over for these collections, and then you have an additional £4 saving. Because I don't know. I said to you at the beginning, Louise, I don't know whether I have a favourite out of this, because the uses across all three of those collections on what you can do. But maybe you're new and you just go for one and then start playing with the one and you're thinking, oh my goodness, what can all of a sudden you can do all of this just with one plate, and you get the inspiration from Linda as well.
Yeah, every part is really brilliant. Obviously the part 3 comes with the card, but obviously you can have the card blanks that match, but they're all beautiful. They're all my favourites. I can't choose.
Louise, everything is Louise's favourite.
Everything's my favourite.
We bring it out the cupboard. Oh, no,
oh,
this is
my
favourite.
favourite.
This is my favourite. And this isn't colours that Louise would normally go to, is it?
No, this is Linda's. That's
Yeah.
why. But no, I do like the colour combination of the yellow and the.
It's lovely.
Linda does a lot of yellow and blues together as well.
Yes.
That would like a blue tick kind of colours.
Yes.
That always looks lovely as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, these are really lovely.
So, and also don't forget on the website, if you look at these products, you've got some beautiful artwork from the design team on against the products as well. And no doubt the design team have also been sharing it over Groovi Worldwide and Clarity Worldwide as well.
Yeah,
so where are we now? So we've come to the end of Tuesday today.
Yeah.
So tomorrow is part 2 of Barbara's 1, 2, 3 landscape and stamping online course. So that is a paid event and many of you have signed up for that. Some of you have signed up literally yesterday and the day before, so you've had your invite. If you signed up today, I will send the invites out after this hour, so you can sign up to the circle so you can take part tomorrow if you wish to tune in live at 1 o'clock. So that's tomorrow.
Yep.
And then on Thursday, 7 o'clock in the shack with Barb, continuing with the letter W, the white wobbly fence.
Oh yes, that's really nice. The 3 parts to it.
Yeah, the 3 like the triptych, and then the shack itself. I think Barb's moving into, not moving in. I think Barb's drawing the shack tomorrow itself. She's moving into the shack. And then on Friday, Louise and I will be back with you at 10 o'clock for something new.
Something new.
And very exciting.
Yes.
And then at 2 o'clock, as long as it gets delivered by Thursday, we will be back with you at 2 o'clock with something that is new. That Jane Telford will be demonstrating at our open days.
Yes.
At the end of this month.
Linda will be at the open days as well.
Linda's at the open days. Yeah, so our open days. Let me just grab those tickets before we disappear, just in case you're thinking. I know Gracie will pop up the link to the open days as well.
I love the open days because
I'm going to pop
it's such a lovely community that we have.
It is,
isn't it? And
it
everybody
really
comes together, and it's so much fun.
So come along on the Friday. So the item number is 60207. It's £10. It goes from 9 until 4 o'clock or thereabouts. Then if you want to come on the Saturday, item number 60208. Again, £10 for the day. Now, the open days we mentioned yesterday, you've got your demonstrations on there as well. So you've got the lovely Louise and Linda Williams doing all things groovy.
Yes.
Linda's launching a brand new plate at the open days.
Yes, she is.
And she's also going to be using that plate on the workshop on the Sunday. I'll talk to you about that in a moment. Then on the Inky Stampy side of things, you've got lovely Sam Crow. And she's going to be using those, the Big Shack people.
Oh, they're brilliant.
And those funky framers together. She'll probably have the jelly plate out. She'll have the bow wobs out. Sam gets it all out. She really does. So that's Sam. Then you've got the lovely Deborah Wheeler, keeping it nice. We won't put Deborah near Sam, I don't think. Because you've got Sam, nice and messy. And then you've got Deborah, nice and clean. Keeping it simple. And Deborah's going to be using the Build a Reef collections, the stamp pens, and she's using something else. I can't remember what it is now. Oh, the elementary stamps.
Oh, the leaves.
Those leaves.
Yeah, they're nice there. And the matching paper.
And the leafy bow wobs as well. Yeah. Then we've got the lovely Janice Phillips with her timestamp creation. Stamps, so she's going to be there as well. So that's your demonstrators in the middle of the room. Then if you're into your Groovi and you want to get hands-on with your Pico cutting, we've got the lovely Glynis running the snip clinic. It's always so busy around that table. It really is. Then we've got some make and takes. So this year we've got the lovely Sarah Brennan. She's going to be doing the Stampy make and takes.
Wonderful.
And then lovely Hazel will be doing a Groovi make and take.
Nice.
And then you've got a lot of the team from the office. So you've got Jazz, that many of our friends know, and her mum. They'll be in the kitchen. Then we have lovely Lisa and lovely Grace coming all the way from New York.
Oh, wow.
On the tills. Hilma, Barb's mum, will be there with her dingly dangle neck, glasses, chains, and her little pendants. Barb's going to be there with her amazing pottery, if she's got any left. I mean, half the office.
I have seen lots of people on Facebook as well going, can we
like,
pre-order?
Every time Barb comes into the office,
See?
No.
Jazz?
No.
Chili?
No. Lisa said, I want that out. And I want that one because it's got that particular face on it. Barb went, well, which one? She went, that one. So and that. And then, of course, you've got the lovely Sue. She'll be there to greet you on the door with Sheila, Barbara's sister-in-law, married to Brother Steve.
Oh, nice.
What else have we got going on? Then there'll be Jilly and myself. We'll be walking around helping people. They are 2 really fantastic days.
Yeah.
Some people come for 1, some people come for 2. And then on the Sunday, we've got the one-day workshops. So if you want to get inky and arty with Barb, there's a few spaces left on that one. The item number is 60209. And if you tuned into the 2 o'clock show yesterday, that might give you a sneaky peek on what Barb has planned for that one-day workshop. Then if you're into your Groovi and you're into your Groovi, you've then got Linda Williams. Item number for that one-day workshop is 60210 as well. Running 2 separate rooms.
Yes.
And Louise will be assisting the lovely Linda in the Groovi room. So it'll be very quiet, very calm. And then myself and Gracie will be assisting Barb in the main hall, getting all inky. I'm not. I'm going to put gloves on and an apron. Where's that apron gone?
A moment of clarity, apron.
Yeah, no, it's there. I need to make sure I
is.
take one. So they really are. So many of our friends make a whole weekend of it.
Yes.
There's some fantastic hotels. There's Premier Inns. There's Holiday Inns. There's loads of little B&Bs in the area. So if you just Google, they're all based in Ditton in Kent, which is near Maidstone. So it's just off the M20. Really easy to find. Ditton's a lovely little community as well. There's so many places to visit as well. Maybe you want to come on the Friday, have Saturday off, go and do sort of touristy things, and then come and do the workshop on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Or do the tourist things Friday, come Saturday, and then do the workshop Sunday.
Yeah, that sounds.
Or just
nice.
Don't do touristy, come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, yeah. There's lots of exciting stuff that happens on the open days.
There really is. You've got the hourly raffles that Barb does up and down on that chair.
I know.
Goodness me. So thank you as always for your company. Thank you to Grace,
everyone.
As always, for helping out.
Grace.
So don't forget, tomorrow, the second session with Barb of the 1, 2, 3 course, Thursday evening at 7 in the Shack, and then 10 o'clock with myself and Louise. And then if the product arrives, 2 o'clock, but I'm sure we can come up with something else for 2 o'clock if needs be.
Yes.
So enjoy the rest of your day. I'm about to go out and pour a bucket of water over me to cool down. And we will see you all again very, very soon. Take care now.
Take care. Bye.